So what are some healthy fats that can help you on your transition to a raw or a majority raw or a fruit-based diet? Well, I've got 3 options here that are absolutely amazing for that transition. All right. Now, I want to put a disclaimer out there. You want to make sure that you eat these in moderation, right? They are still fat, and you don't want a high percentage of fat in your diet. I like to limit my fat intake as far as from these options per se to maybe 2 to 3, 3 to 4 times a week at most. All right, because I want to stay, within my ratios of 80-10-10, 80% carbs, roughly 10% protein, probably less than that, and roughly 10% fat. All right, so let's get into these options real quick. All right, first and foremost are nuts. Nuts are a very healthy form of fat that you can eat. Like I said, you want to eat them in moderation. If you even look at the serving size is 1/4 cup of nuts. Now, you might be used to going to the bar or wherever it may be and just eating nuts and not even thinking about it and snacking on them. But they are, like, from a density standpoint, they are very fat dense. So you do not want to overeat on your nuts. If nuts aren't your thing and you're still on the transition, nut butter, right? Peanut butter, almond butter, things of that nature are very healthy fats. Now, look, most of the time if you're buying butter from the store, it's going to be cooked. It's going to be roasted or something along those lines. For transitional purposes, hey, look, it's more of a burden than raw nuts, but it's still better than some of the other fats that you're probably eating. What you want to make sure of is that when you're buying a nut butter, that it doesn't have salt and it doesn't have added sugar or preservatives. All right. Now, you can make your own nut butter, by processing nuts on their own. I do that as well sometimes. So it's really up to you on what's better. I like to use a little bit of nut butter in my smoothies. That's kind of my thing. So to each his own, but nuts themselves, very healthy fats. All right. Number 2, avocados. So good, so yummy, great for your salads, great to eat on their own, great to mix with tomatoes. Just an awesome veggie fruit that is packed with a lot of fat. So 70% of an avocado is going to be fat. Like I said, you want to eat these sparingly, in moderation, 2 to 4, I'll say, a week. Right? Some people say 2 to 3, but I like to, utilize my Chronometer app just to see where I'm at on a weekly basis. And usually if I'm around 3 to 4, and when I say 3 to 4, I'm not talking about a full avocado. Usually I do a half of an avocado. All right. So depending, like I said, you got to keep track of it for yourself, how many calories you're eating, this, that, and the other. But for me, it's roughly about 2 to 4 days a week and about half of an avocado, but extremely healthy from a fat standpoint. But with the extra fat, you don't want too much fat to be a part of your diet. But avocados, healthy fat for you. Now, when I say avocado, I'm saying I'm talking about the avocado. I'm not talking about avocado oil. Avocado oil is not healthy for you. Okay, neither is any other oil. Oil at the end of the day is isolated fat. That's all it is. There really is no nutritional value in any type of oil. But that's another show. All right, so let's get to number 3. Number 3, seeds. All right, these right here are raw pumpkin seeds. Right, same thing, very similar to the nuts when it comes to the amount that you're supposed to eat. If you look on here, the serving size is 1/4 of a cup, just like the nuts. They are packed with a lot of fat, so you want to eat these sparingly as well. But very good. If you're looking to up your calorie intake, maybe you're having trouble getting enough calories eating healthier, man, I'm telling you, seeds and nuts really do help, but you want to eat them sparingly, like I said before. So if you look at all 3, nuts, nut butter, avocados, and seeds, you implement these into the transition of your raw diet or your majority raw diet or your fruit-based diet or just the transition to a healthier diet, you will feel much better knowing that you do have healthy fats you can go to. All right. So if you have any other options or any other feedback, please leave something in the comments section. You know, I love to answer and be interactive with all of you. And if this video resonates with you and it helps you out, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And always don't forget to hit that subscribe button, all right? And check out some of my other videos. I have a whole playlist on transition tips. I have another playlist on learning, you know, the ins and outs of the natural health and diet. And any questions you have, feel free to reach out anytime. You guys be good, everybody. I'm out of here.